Assalamualaikum dear students, hope you are well and hearty. Welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. This is Fatema Sabrin Shikha, Assistant Teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School, Morning Shift. Today I am going to take English second paper class for the students of class 6 on the topic right form of verbs part 2. I am repeating, today our topic is right form of verb part 2. Students, this is our 12th lecture and 11th homework. I'm repeating, this is our 12th lecture and 11th homework. Students, please take your notebook and writing elements. I'm going to discuss the rules of right form of verbs and you have to pick that rules in your notebook. Students, in our earlier lecture, we have talked about first 9 rules of right form of verbs, and today I'm going to we'll discuss about rule 10 to 17. So let's begin. Our today's topic is right form of verb part 2, and I'm going to start with rule 10. Our rule is past participle form of the verb in the first bracket and past form of the verb in the second bracket are used in sentences with no sooner had dotted than, scarcely had dotted when, hardly had dotted before. So our main rule is related to no sooner had dotted than, scarcely had dotted when, and hardly had dotted before. So what we have to do, if we find any sentence with this, we have to use past participle form of the verb in first bracket and past form of the verb in second. So look at this example. No sooner had he, and in bracket the given verb is see the police than the he in bracket ran away. So no sooner had he see the police than he ran away. This is the given example. You have to use the correct form of the verb. So in first bracket the word is see, and as we find had, look, no sooner had, we know after had we have to use past participle form of the verb, and we know the structure of past participle, past perfect tense. So had, no sooner had he seen the police than he, so according to rule in second bracket it will be past form, he ran away. Here I have written the past form of the verb. Here you can find ing form, you can find base form. No matter the word is, you have to write the past form of the verb. So in first bracket you have to use past participle form, as you will get had with no sooner, and after you have to use past form of the verb. Now come to rule number 11. If the first part of a complete sentence having since is in the present tense means simple present tense or present perfect tense. We know there are 4 kinds of present tense: simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. So among these 4, if you find simple present tense or present perfect tense, so what you have to do, the second part will be in simple past tense. If you find simple present tense or present perfect tense, you have to use simple past tense in second part. So for this example, look, it is many years since he in bracket come to Dhaka. So we are talking about second bracket. So if we find since, look, our rule is if we find since in any sentence and if we find a verb in second part, then we have to use past tense. As look, the first part is in present indefinite tense. It is many years, so it is in present indefinite tense. Here in this first part you can find present perfect tense. The structure of present perfect tense is subject plus have or has, then past participle form of the verb a verb, then object. So this is the structure of present perfect tense. We have elaborately discussed when it was the class of tense. So you know the structure. In first part you will get simple present tense or present perfect tense, and in second bracket you have to use simple past tense. So come will be came. The past form of come is came. It is many years since it came to Dhaka. And another example, look, many years have passed since his father died. Here, as I said, here we find have passed. In first sentence it was present indefinite tense, and look, have passed, it is in present perfect tense. So the same rule, you have to apply the same rule, it will be died. Die will be died in past indefinite tense. Many years have passed since his father died. Now rule number 12. If the first part of a complete sentence having since is in the simple past tense, the second part will be in the past perfect tense. Students, in rule 11 the structure was simple present or present perfect. I am writing in short simple present or present perfect plus since. Since plus we have to use simple past. We have to use simple past. The rule number 11 was, if we find simple present or present perfect tense and the sentence belongs with since, we have to use simple past at second part. And here in number 12 we are saying that if we find past simple past tense and if the sentence is with since, then what we have to use in second part? We have to use past participle, past perfect. We have to use past perfect. Isn't it easy? So for rule 11, if we find the sentence with the word since, so first part, this is first part will be in simple present tense or present perfect tense. So second part must be in simple past tense. And rule number 12, if again we find since in any sentence and the first part is in simple past tense, we have to use past perfect in second part. And with this example, look, it was many years since they first in bracket met. So look, it was many years. The first part, this belongs to since, and the first part is it was many years. It is in past indefinite tense, was. So it is in past indefinite tense. So second part will be in past perfect tense. So look, it was many years since they had first met. We know the structure of past perfect: subject plus had plus past participle form of verb plus object. So we know the structure of past perfect: subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb, then object. So students, look, it has many years since they had. We use past perfect tense, had first met. The past participle form of met is met. Now rule number 13. So if we find past perfect and in the middle we find before, then we have to use past indefinite in second part. And another rule, if we find the sentence with after, first part will be past indefinite and second part will be in past perfect. So it means past indefinite plus after plus past perfect. Again repeat the rule with me: past perfect plus before plus past indefinite. Next, past indefinite plus after plus past perfect. So look at this example. First example belongs to before. The patient in bracket died before the doctor came. Students, look, the sentence is with the word before, and look in second part we find past indefinite, and it is given in past indefinite tense, came. So if we find came, what we have to write in first part? We know according to rule past perfect. As before is given, past indefinite is given in this sentence, so we have to use past perfect in first part. So die will be had died. Die will be had died. The patient had died before the doctor came. And look in next example, the patient died after the doctor in bracket come. So this is next rule after. We have learned about before and now it is with after. So we know the first one is done, the patient died. We know first part will be in past indefinite. Then it will be after, and after the word after we have to use past perfect. So come will be had come. Students, we know the past participle form of come is come. There is no change in base form and past participle form. So the patient had died after the doctor had come. So I hope you can understand the rule of before and after. The word before we have to use past perfect, and after we have to use past indefinite. And with the word after we have to use past indefinite in first part, in past perfect after the word after, that means in second part. So it was rule 13, and now I am going to discuss rule number 14. If there are two verbs in a simple sentence, present participle means verb plus ing. You know, verb plus ing means present participle. If we say have plus ing, it will be, do you know what will be? It will be having. We can write e, because we know vowel while adding ing, if the word ends with vowel, we have to erase it. We can't write the vowel. And if we say eat plus ing, then it will be eating. And it is called verb plus ing, that means verb plus ing. It is called present participle. When we will add verb plus ing, it is called present participle. So students, I hope you can understand. So verb plus ing, it means present participle or infinitive. Do you know what is infinitive? Infinitive means when we will write to plus verb, base form of verb. Base form of verb. It is called infinitive. So 2 plus base form is called infinitive. 2 plus base form of verb is called infinitive. If we say to play, it is called to play. It means it is infinitive. To eat. Got it? 2 plus base form of the verb is called infinitive, and verb plus ing is called present participle. So if we find this type of verbs in any sentence, what we have to do? Present participle or in infinitive form of the second verb is used. If the second verb implies intention, infinitive with to is used. So look at this example. Here we find two verbs. Two verbs are given in this sentence. I saw him go. I saw him go. Saw is main verb here in past form. So also go is main verb. So we can't use two verbs together in one sentence. That's why we have to make one verb to infinitive or for present participle. So I saw him going. I have added here ing with the verb. I have made it present participle. I saw him going. So another example, I don't want in bracket leave this place. So students, look, want, leave, both are main verb. As I said, we can use two main verb together in any sentence. We have to change one verb. So I am going to change the verb that is given in bracket. I have written here infinitive form. That means to plus base form of the verb. I don't want to leave this place. I don't want to leave this place. I hope you can understand. Now, number 15. Had better, had rather, would better, would rather, let, must, need, dare are followed by the present form of the verb. I'm repeating, had better, had rather, would rather, let, must, need, dare are followed by the present form of the verb. And for example, you had better in bracket to go home. So students, you can understand, we find the word had better from the rule had better. So after these words we have to use present form of the verb. So go will be go, no change. We know go is base form, so you had better go home. There is no change. So if we find had better, had rather, would rather, must, dare, with these words you have to use base form of the verb. Now number 16, if the sentence begins with would that, the subject is followed by a verb with could. It means if any sentence starts with would that, you have to use could as verb. And we know could is modal auxiliary verb, and after this you have to use base form of the verb. Look at this example, would that I in bracket go to college. So the sentence starts with would that, so we have to use could. From the rule we have to use could, and as it is modal auxiliary verb we have to use base form of the verb. Would that I could go to college. So this is the correct form. Now last, number 17, to be or having is followed by the past participle form of the verb. So if in a sentence we find to be or having these words, then we have to use past participle form of the verb. In first example, he went away having in bracket take the money. Students, we find having in this sentence, and as I said, if we find having, so we have to use past participle form of the verb. So take, the given word take will be taken. He ran away having taken the money. And in next example, the principal desired the notice to be in bracket hang. So you find to be, our rule was to be or having. So in this sentence, the word given is the word, or according to rule, we have to identify to be. So if we find to be, then we have to use past participle form of the verb. So hang will be hung. The past participle form of hang is hung. The principal deserved the notice to be hung. So students, that's for our rule 10 to 17. I hope you can understand rule 10 to 17. It means we have done rule 1 to 17 together. In lecture 11 and 12 together we have done rule 11 to, rule 1 to 17. Now students, I am providing your homework. Look here, I have written 8 sentences. You have to write the correct form of these given sentences. So you can see in bracket I have given such words, such verbs. You have to read the sentence, you have to understand the rule, and then you have to change all this. Students, so please do your homework and don't forget to write the lecture number and homework number with submission date. Our lecture number is 12 and homework number is 11. Students, please do your homework and don't forget to submit your homework copies. You can submit your homework copies on every Saturday. Guardians or anyone else can come to school and can submit your homework copies. That's all for today. If you have any problem, you can call your teacher and you can ask your teacher at the time of live class. So Allah Hafiz. Assalamu.